Hi, this is Jimmie Fadden with the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, and you listen to my buddy John on 3SER, Melbourne. We started in a guitar shop in Long Beach, California in 1966, pretty much as a jug band, country band, bluegrass, you name it, rockabilly. We just moved it all together and did it all, you know, for our own enjoyment, and it turned out that it was enjoyable to others, and we found out if we would get out and do this occasionally on a stage in some club, people had a great time, and being the hams that we are, we just couldn't resist it.
Before you formed the band, did you have a particular idea of the type of band in mind that you wanted? Roots music. Yeah? Yeah, pretty much roots music, and it still is that today. It's just maybe somewhat veiled by the fact that the roots are a little more refined, and that we're a little more aware of other parts about them. But it's all still there, and it really is. It is the basis for our music. Yeah. If you had to single out one particular thing that you think maybe the main reason behind the band's longevity, you know, you're still around here 32 years later, what would you put it down to mostly? Fun. Fun? Fun. F-U-N, fun. We still have fun doing it. Yeah, that's the key, isn't it? We still enjoy it. Yeah. You love what you're doing, it makes it a lot easier, doesn't it? Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. The style of music you did adopt when you formed was certainly away from the mainstream at the time. Would it be fair to say that your commercial success wasn't really a major priority for you guys? Well, we have had some commercial success, and it hasn't been as a result of the direction we took, but it was a result of the energy that we use to create the music. You know, we work hard on our stuff, and I think, and as a result, we're occasionally rewarded. Uh huh. Yeah. Do you remember your first gig as the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band? Well, I remember a whole week of talent contest at a club in Orange County, and the owner said, "Well, you guys have won, so why don't you just keep on playing and keep coming back, and then we'll just sort of declare you the winner now, and just keep this crazy little party going." When would you pick out a particular point in time that, for you personally, you felt the band really came of age, you know, musically? Well, I think it's still coming of age. Still? Yeah. I think it's getting better all the time. Terrific. Your involvement with the Paint Your Wagon movie, that's going back a bit there, I know, but do you remember how that came about? I believe it was our manager at the time, Bill McEwen, who was kind of a Hollywood sleuth, and he used to read some of the trade magazines, and they were casting for a band, and we went in and said, "How about us?" And they said, "Okay." And the rest was 2 to 3 months up in the Wallowa Whitman Forest in Oregon, and some crazy times, and that's it. I want to talk about the two Will the Circle Be Unbroken albums. Firstly, the first one must have been an extremely ambitious project to put together at the time. Do you recall any particular difficulties you had organising all that? Well, oddly enough, you know, this thing fell together. The record fell together just like a puzzle that was meant to fit together. And we had met Earl Scruggs and his son Randy, and Earl really was the instrumental force in gathering up the forces from his camp, and Randy was very instrumental in keeping the younger folks abreast of things, and it ran very smoothly. It was 10 days of recording. It was all 2-track live, and when we were done, we listened back. Must have been an incredible feeling when it was all finished and done to hear it back too. It's just a remarkable album. It still stands up today as strong as ever. Well, we're very proud of it, and very proud to have been a part of it. Yep.
Apart from obviously the great music that it involved, what else do you think it achieved for the band in terms of status and reputation?
In terms of what?
In terms of its status and reputation in the industry.
I think maybe our what you would like to know what I think about our status. I think we've got some sort of strange creative anomaly that lurks around the studios of Nashville and the stages of county fairs and music halls. Neither pop nor country, neither bluegrass nor rock and roll. We have somehow managed to walk this fine line of threading all this musical history that we've accumulated together, and have managed to outlive a lot of the opposition that's out there.
Absolutely. You tried a similar project with Volume 2 of Circle in, 1989, wasn't it?
Pardon me?
Volume 2 of Circle, about 1989, wasn't it? Late 80s?
Circle 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, 89, I guess.
Yeah.
17 years between the two of them.
Did Volume 2 for you achieve anything that perhaps didn't quite achieve in Volume 1?
Well, Volume 1 was about exposing a younger audience to these great musical talents. Volume 2 is about these people who were that younger audience getting together, that second generation that was affected by the first one, that were a part of a family or sons of performers or daughters of performers who were on the first one, to show the legacy of the music, the generational legacy. It's not about any one person or any one song or anything. It's about the music, and it's about that kind of music and what it means to all of us that were involved.
Before we get on to more recent times, your trip to the Soviet Union in the mid-70s, that was pretty much big news at the time. How did that eventuate?
Well, we were playing somewhere, and somebody said, listen, there's some people from the Soviet Union that are watching here in the audience tonight, and if they like what they see, they would like to take you to the Soviet Union. We kind of went, what? You got to be kidding. Well, this went on, I think, 2 or 3 more times, and finally they wanted to come see us one last time, and they said, can you turn down a little, and can you bring a girl? And we said, oh, what the heck, sure. So we were there for a month. We did 28 shows in 28 days, and it was a rare experience.
How did the Soviet crowds respond to the music?
Pardon me?
The crowds over there, how did they respond to the music?
Oh, the crowds. I thought you said the crabs.
That's my Aussie accent, sorry.
Oh, yeah, the crabs, mate. Right, mate. I know you. See, we've got a little bit of a leg up here since we were on the road with Little River Band for 5 weeks straight one time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they roughed us up pretty good. We learned your ways. The crowds over there were very, very interested in us because we were so different. It was like having, having a carnival come through town.
Uh-huh.
You know, or having somebody bring something through on a flatbed that you've never seen before in your life. They were fascinated with it. I mean, the whole thing was like a big curiosity. And they really enjoyed themselves.
Yeah, I can imagine they would have been. There have been a few variations of the lineup of the band over the years. Does any particular lineup hold a special place for you?
Any what?
Any particular lineup of the band hold a special place for you? I mean, your favourite lineup over the years?
Yeah, the one right now.
Current one. Had a feeling you might say that.
Yep.
How's your relationship been with record companies?
How has it been with record companies?
Yeah.
Sometimes really good, sometimes not so really good. Sometimes they wanted us to do things that they thought were important for our careers, which we saw as maybe silly.
Yeah.
And sometimes they just said, go ahead and do it, like with Jimmy Bowen, who wanted that Circle 2 record and gave us free reign.
Perfect.
So I guess it's all a matter of who in the record company and what the project was.
Your more recent releases was an acoustic-based album. Did you feel a specific need to get back to basics there?
Well, we've been doing that, just kind of hanging out and playing that way. Let's see. Excuse me, I'm yawning here. That way, with acoustic guitars and piano and stuff, just sort of very lightly put together and soft instrumentation. It was more about the words, it was about the songs, and we just thought, what the heck, let's do an album like that.
Yeah.
The record company said, go ahead and do it. Of course, when we gave it to them, I don't think they knew what to do with it, but still, I'm proud of it nonetheless.
Yeah. Would you say that advancements in recording technology has taken some of the heart and soul out of recorded music?
Well, I think it's the people who manipulate those pieces of technology, those studio advances, those pieces of circuitry. I know some guys that just go in there and just do it as if it was a live record, and it doesn't matter what's turning on the machine. If you've got a 24 or 32 track, whether it's digital, whether it's analog, they always manage to make things sound the way they perceive it. If it's a rockabilly thing, I've heard people get really close to it.
Yeah. With
digital, and it's amazing. There's a lot of ways to get around things. I think it really has to do with the input being the source of the output.
Yeah. So, and on that hand, then, would you be happy with the way some of your older albums have come up on CD?
What was that again?
Some of your older albums that have been re-released on CD, you've been happy with the way they've turned out?
With the way they turned out?
Yeah.
Well, there were some compilations that I wasn't very happy with, but, I'm happy just to have them out there.
Oh, for sure.
I just hope the people that buy them aren't disappointed. Record companies have bought masters and put compilation records together, and we never get to see them, and we never have a say-so in what the final product is. So we just kind of have to hope for the best.
Let's talk about playing live. Does touring, to a great extent, still have the same appeal to you as perhaps 20-odd years ago?
Oh yeah, it really does. I think that really is it, and I've been often caught saying, I get paid to travel, I play for free.
Yeah.
And if we ever came to Australia, we'd get paid a lot. Because that's one long hop.
It sure is. Yeah, absolutely. What's the extent of your touring these days? You're on the road for a fair part of the year?
Yeah, we're about 80 to 100 dates, somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
And we're trying not to kill ourselves off so that we can go on a little longer and have a little more fun.
Right.
Yeah, do what we just need to do to make life enjoyable and profitable, and have a home life and have a creative life outside of the band, and go out and work on the road with the band.
What's the makeup of fans coming to see you now? Is it a good mix of old and new?
Oh, all kinds of ages. You'd be amazed. It's grandparents and grandchildren and teenagers and their parents. Sometimes teenagers, no parents. I'd say, as I used to say in showbiz, 6 to 60. But, if you think about it, 60 is not so strange, because that's the group of people that were around when the 50s were in full swing.
Absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely.
Are we penciled in down here at all for a visit?
Pardon me?
Is Australia penciled in at all for a future visit? I think when I was in contact with your management company, there was some word about early 99 or late 98 or something.
Yeah, we'd like that. We've been talking about it for years and years. Every time we get to springtime, that rumor comes up, hey, we might go to Australia this year. Wow! And then...
Never quite happens.
Yeah, then we miss out. I don't know.
Let's hope we can get it happening this time. Tell us a bit about the Christmas album you've got coming around.
Christmas album is a combination of some traditional songs, some unusual songs. Well, one unusual song, a Tennessee Ernie Ford song called Christmas Dinner. Some of the Christmas traditionals that we enjoy. It is part acoustic, part electric. It features as guest stars Alison Krauss, Vassar Clements, Richie Furay from Poco, and maybe someone else in there, but I can't remember.
Right, and quite obviously it'll be out and about before Christmas.
Yes, be out in October.
Fantastic.
It's the very first Christmas album ever, and it's called The Christmas Album.
Appropriately titled.
Yeah.
And what about some non-Christmas recordings? Anything in the wind there?
We're working on that right now.
Terrific.
We're in and out of the studio from time to time. We've got 8 tracks or so done, and we're working on that album that's supposed to be out in the spring.
And that's all fresh material?
Oh, yes.
Right, and musically, what direction are we going this time?
Hopefully better. Doing what we do, only better.
Yeah.
You know? There's a certain desire to achieve proficiency along the road here somewhere. And I think that's pretty much what this is. The songs are pretty much very dirt band, and I think the playing is better.
Terrific. Okay, well, I won't keep you too long because I know you're not feeling 100%, so we'll wind it up. Any major regrets over the past 30-odd years? Anything you'd like to go back and change?
Regrets?
Yeah.
No, because if I had any regrets, I wouldn't be where I am now.
Yeah, fair comment,
and
too.
I like being right here.
Fair enough, too. Apart from the 2 releases, what else have we got in store for the next 12 months? Plenty of touring?
Well, we're going to tour late into the year. We're going to be out touring with the Christmas album. And that's about all I know. The boys are out playing golf today.
I'm sure you'd like to be with them.
Well, I've had a rough summer here. I'm just kind of with muscle strains and so forth, and I just needed to get off my feet here for a moment.
Okay, well, I'll let you go back and have a nice rest there, Jimmy.
All right.
Thanks for your time. Give my regards to the rest of the guys, and hopefully we'll see you down here in the near future.
Okay.
Okay, take care.
Sounds good.
Bye-bye.
Bye.